So, are these two actually different? What do you think? So raise your hand if they are different. What do you think? A lot of hands. Actually, before I can prove you wrong, I want to tell you a bit about myself because I consider that important. Yeah, so, uh, yep, I'm David. I'm 15 years old, I'm from Moldova, and I was a professional dancer for 8 years of my life. A motivated one, by the way, because I've even thought about becoming a world champion one day, no less. That was my goal. And sometimes I even thought that dance will be always with me, always within my life. Yeah, until it ended once. Yeah. And it ended because although my grades at school were kind of always satisfactory, however, just enough not to be kicked out of school. However, my middle school's state exams made me think a bit in another way because I needed a good grade. And I started studying fastly for the first time of my life. That was painful, believe me. And I didn't really believe that I will make some progress because I thought that I spent the time on dance and this was a ballast. That was a problem. And it would be better if I spent this time on something more productive for my exams. And however, I've started making progress really fastly. And that was a great surprise for me. And moreover, I gave up these exams on a great note. That what made me wondering, what if actually sports is a benefit for a great study? And another question, what if you can be well-rounded and very proficient in one place at the same time? Is it possible? And that was the point where I started learning fastly in the second time of my life, and I now have a lot of information for you. Now, there's four key points of tangents between sport and science or business, these together. And let's go straight forward. And the first one is analysis and hypothesis. Now, a question to you. What should a good scientist do? Any ideas? Yes, Shirley. Another ideas? Observe and analyze, probably. Yeah. Yep. Maybe. However, communicate. Yes. Experiments, hypothesis, and experiments. Shirley. But if we see the problem in this way, we can assume that all athletes are somehow scientists. Yeah, sure. Yeah, does it work? It means I will speak without a microphone. Not a problem. Now, it means that all athletes are somehow scientists because let's imagine we have a certain tactic composition. We make a hypothesis that this tactic will work in a certain way. And we test this hypothesis on experiment, on a tournament, or in a training session, and we make some conclusions out of it. And that's how it works. So all scientists do it in a similar way. And if you can analyze, while being a dancer, it will be much easier for you to analyze while you are a scientist. And personally, for me, when I first entered the lab, I was already a bit prepared, and that was really nice. The next point is, efficient problem solving. And at this point, I really want to give you my favorite example from my dance career, a bit maybe embarrassing, however, placing on the parquet while dancing. So let's imagine, I need your imagination. Let's imagine we have a parquet. On the one side, stand judges that judge all of the couples and give some places on the pedestal. On the other stand, my parents and some spectators that want to film me properly and otherwise will kill me. Yeah, it's addressed to you, Mom. So, and around you stand your rivals, which also want to dance and to be judged and to be filmed in a certain way. And that's a paradox because you need to be everywhere at the same time. You need to be filmed, you need to be judged, and you need not to bump into your rival because otherwise you will traumatize yourself, or you will be killed by your trainer because you accidentally traumatize your partner. Horrible choice. And that's only one example. However, it happens always in sport, solving the problems. That's what you need to do in business. For example, I don't know, if we have some optimization process and you have a deadline to finish this optimization process, and you need to solve a lot of problems in a matter of seconds. That's really important. If you have this ability from sport, it will be much easier to do somehow in science or in business. The next one, teamwork. Returning back to my favorite example, not only I need to solve the geometric problem, however, I need to discuss it with my own partner because she also has her own opinion. That sometimes is really annoying. However, that's useful that she has her own opinion and that we will discuss. Because after I finished dancing, I've analyzed my career, analyzed my competition, the first point, and I saw that all things that my partner suggested to me that were useful, they actually sometimes even helped me to win some competitions. And that's great. An ability to listen to every member of your team is vital because no matter of what gender, age, or IQ level is your partner in a team, your teammate, you need to listen to every opinion. And sport, especially some team sports like dances or football, I don't know, basketball, teach you. And the last point, my favorite discipline. Luana already taught us about the discipline, but I see it in another way. So what does a sportsman do? He repeats boring, nerve-wracking actions thousands and thousands of times to get them perfectly. And that is a suffer, honestly. Yeah. Now here becomes a funny part because I'll tell you how did I imagine a work of a scientist when I was 10 years old. So we have a scientist, he has to color liquids, he's gonna mix them, he's gonna get a cure from cancer, he's gonna save the world with cool sunglasses and cool music. Yeah, that's my IQ level in 10 years old. Now, I hope that I don't need to explain why this is not really true, because both scientists and sportsmen, they have a lot in common that because they have deadlines and they need to manage a lot before these deadlines. And to manage everything, they need discipline, they need iron nerves, and they need a good ability to manage their time. Yes, and that's one important. And when you learn how to be disciplined, you need to learn how to fail gracefully. You need to stretch your buns again and try another way, and maybe fail once more and then stretch your buns and try once more and 1,000 of times in everywhere, in business, in science, and in sport. Now, and this makes me think that I've heard an opinion that science and sport are completely incompatible, and that one more opinion. So to become proficient in science, only thing you need to do is 18 hours of practice, a day reading manuals, reading I don't know, articles, and only then, if you have luck, you'll become a scientist, probably. Well, that's not true, as we already see, because actually sport and science, they work in a synergy, they support each other. And that's what's important. And if you want to be well-rounded, and if you want to make some progress in any sphere, you need to do both sport and some intellectual development. And that's what's important. To be a good person, you firstly need to be well-rounded. And that's why I'm telling you, don't miss your freaking practice.